Hi, welcome to the Culture Encounters podcast. I am your host, Chad Obi. And today we will be sitting down with Miss Patricia Chatrie, the owner of the Irie Ting Jamaican Grill. And we're going to be discussing all things about her heritage. And we're also going to be discussing the upcoming Jamaican Sunday dinner that Culture Encounters is going to be uh, participating in and having an event. We'll give you some more details on that. So, without further ado, enough of me talking. Let's bring in Patricia. Hey, Patricia, how are ya?
Hi, I'm good. I'm glad to be
Good.
here.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it.
Okay, thanks for
So,
having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's first start a little. Let's talk a little bit about your heritage, your culture, your story, so to speak. So where are you from? Where's your family from? And what how has that experience shaped you?
Okay, originally we all from Jamaica in a little town called Spanish Town. So in Jamaica, you got it like the town, you got the country and stuff like that. So we always praise ourselves. It comes from we are from the town area, like Spanish Town. So people like say,
Hmm.
"Oh, you're from the country," and we like, "No, we're from the town. We're Spanish Town." So we're from Spanish Town, Jamaica, and we grew up in a little part called Saint Catherine, which is in Spanish Town. And my mom migrated to the U.S. a couple of years ago, and after that, she took us all back with her to the U.S. So, and we're all here living in the U.S. at the moment.
What? Okay. How old were you? Were you so you were an adult when you moved to America?
Yes, I was an adult when I got here. Yeah. Around
Okay.
20 something.
Okay, wow, okay. So relatively recently. So growing up in Spanish Town in Jamaica, how different was that, or how was that experience for you when you first came to America? Was it a big change for you? Was it, you know, what was? Yeah. So let's talk. Let's go from there. Was that a big change for you to move here?
Oh, yes. It most naturally, it's going to be a big change for anybody to, leave their home for what they know all their life to adults. So when we got here, it was like a culture shock, got to
Sure.
get used to everything, how to do certain things and stuff like that. It was much different from back home. Back home, you'll be jumping on a bus and going anywhere you want to go or get a taxi and stuff like that, which a taxi in Jamaica consists of like 10 people in a taxi. Here, you
Oh
only got
wow.
one people,
Right.
like one,
That's
like,
different. Yeah.
like one. Yeah. And like a bus in Jamaica is like in New York where you go on the train and the subway. And it's like everybody's just close together in a bus. So stuff like that. Some of it you kind of used to, some of it you're not used to.
Right.
And when it comes to the food, you miss your food back home and stuff like that. That was a culture shock too,
I'm
because
sure.
hmm
So
yeah.
let's talk a little bit about that, about food, because that's really why we're here. I always say food is the gateway to any culture. So talk a little bit about the relationship between food and Jamaican culture, and how that relates to the idea of a Jamaican Sunday dinner.
Okay, so when it comes to food in Jamaica, it's like a big thing. We take pride in what we have on a certain day. So to the Sunday dinner for us in Jamaica, it's like all week we go out and we work, and then when you come back home, you just nibble on something, or mom didn't have the strength to cook after she finished working, so she just put stuff together. But when it comes to Sunday dinner, you know you're going to have something good. So when leading up to Sunday dinner, you will have to take a shower. You got to hit your hair comb and all of this. The house got to be clean and spick and span leading up. This started from Saturday, because Saturday mom got to go out and she got to get all the stuff that she's gonna, cook for Sunday. We start preparing the house for Sunday dinner and going to church and stuff like that. And when we come home, we have a big feast of all the best things that we can possibly eat on a Sunday, because during the week we do not have that. So we make this very special.
That's
Okay.
wow. That's awesome. So is this the Sunday dinner traditionally? Is it family members that is it all family members and friends like in your community that would come, or is it the people that just live in your household?
Okay, so typically it's people that lives in your household. But if
Okay.
like I said, like I was first when I began, I said we live in the town, and then some people live in the country. So in the
Hmm.
country, it probably be other people like can't afford a Sunday dinner, can't afford to give their family, what we consider the best. So if someone down the street doesn't have a meal, this person have more than what they can eat. They will make a big Sunday dinner. We'll make a big Sunday dinner, and we'll take it over to Miss So and So for her children. So it's like a big thing when it comes to Sunday dinner for us.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I love that, and that kind of speaks to the idea of the importance of food. Food is love, and our way
Hmm.
of as humans, I think our way of showing our love for
Correct.
our fellow humanity
Hmm.
is through food.
Right.
So um what the Sunday dinners, would that be something that for those who were able, would that be something that would happen every Sunday, with no exceptions, or is that something that would happen, like like would you do a couple times a month, or would it be every Sunday, and it would be kind
This
of like a strange occurrence, if it didn't
no.
happen?
This is every Sunday. Every Sunday. It doesn't matter. It's got to be every Sunday. We'll have to
Okay.
have a proper meal on Sunday. We normally have a busy week. And come Sunday, we us children, us grown up, we know we're gonna have something good on Sundays in our plate looking back
R-
at us.
right. Right. When you have these Sunday dinners, or when these Sunday dinners occur, is there a traditional dish that is typically served, or is it different from family to family?
There's a traditional dish that is typically served in pretty every Jamaican household. You'll have oxtail or curry goat or or pork, roast pork and stuff like that, roast beef. Yeah, we normally consider the best of the best on Sunday.
Wonderful. So lots of I'm noticing lots of meat products there. So
Yeah,
is it
it's the main thing is the meat on the Sunday. The main thing is the meat, but it will follow by some side dish like rice and peas and white
mhm,
rice, vegetables and stuff like that. And we'll
mhm.
will our drink will consist of like stuff that we grow, like carrots and stuff like that. We will blend the carrot to make a drink or the beetroot to make a drink and stuff like that, because we normally shy away from the sodas and stuff. We normally make our own stuff because you said Sunday is special. We got to do it special. We got to make everything special on Sunday.
Right. Nope, yeah, that makes total sense. So transitioning, that obviously food is very important, to you, and your family. Talk a little bit about that transition from, you know, going to, living in Jamaica, and then you're coming, now you're in Virginia, and opening the restaurant. Talk a little bit about why you opened the restaurant, and what kind of your mission there is.
Okay, so transition from Jamaica to America, we kind of encounter stuff like fast food where we're not really used to on the island. We're not used to all this fast food like McDonald's. I have nothing against McDonald's or Burger King, but we've grown so much that we have to have a cooked meal. Even
Right.
when mom comes home from work and she tired, we have to have a cooked meal. And even at when you're going to school, we do not have McDonald's or Burger King and stuff like that. We normally have what we call tasty patty, where we will have a hot patty. You know, if I never know if you've seen a tasty patty, somebody eating a patty, but that would be our McDonald's or Burger King.
Okay, and that's home cooked.
Yeah, that's that's
Okay.
that's not really home cooked, but it's baked in a bakery, but it's not fast food like
Right,
like
right.
right. So transition here, we encountered that, and I was like, if I go on the road and I'm hungry, I'm not used to Burger King, and I said, oh, I can't find any good thing to eat, or I can't find my flavor. I'm missing my flavor. And I know somebody else from different places are missing their flavors too. So growing up as a child, it was my mom and my sisters. We used to do a whole lot of cooking in the kitchen. So we said, okay, we have an idea. Let's open up a Jamaican restaurant to share our flavor, our heritage, and stuff like that.
That's amazing. So in the traditional, uh, you mentioned sharing your flavors. So what kind of flavor are we talking? Specific spices?
Yeah, we're talking specific spices like our curry, because there's a whole
Hmm.
bunch of different curry spices that we use, or other countries use curry, but it's not the same curry as Jamaican curry, So we're missing our
Right.
curry. We're missing our pimento. They give the meal a different flavor, a different taste. We're missing our habanero or Scotch bonnet pepper that give us an extra kick to the meal and stuff like that. We're missing those kind of traditional flavors that we used to that makes our food different from any other culture.
Okay,
So
I got you.
missing those, we try to come up with Irie Ting. You know, everything is Irie. Everything is good, taste good, feel good,
Mhm.
smell good. So that's how we created Irie Ting.
I love that, and I love the idea that you're trying to recreate or establish the authenticity of your culture for those who are missing it.
Hmm.
So to that end, we have an event. Culture Encounters has an event coming up this Saturday, or excuse me, this Sunday,
Hmm.
on the on September 17th. What can so are in when people sign up for this Sunday dinner, what can they expect? What kind of experience can our friends expect if they join you at Irie Ting for a Sunday dinner?
Okay, what they would expect is most important and is love. We're gonna put love in the dish. We're
I
gonna
love
put
that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna put our culture. We're gonna wrap it in love, so they'll feel they're not in Jamaica, but they'll feel the Jamaican culture. They'll taste the Jamaican culture. That's what this whole thing is about. Is for us to broaden people horizon. That's okay. I would like to go to Jamaica, but it's to Jamaica right here in your backyard at Irie Ting. Just come on over. We got the culture right there. We're gonna have the music, and most of all, I know we're gonna have the food and the right flavor, the right taste that we give to our Jamaican meal.
All right. I think that sounds amazing. So can we get a the inside scoop on what dishes will be served?
Okay, so one of the main dishes that we look forward to on a Sunday is oxtail. Oxtail is
Uh,
going to
uh,
be on the one of our protein on the dish, and it's going to accompany with rice and beans and cabbage. Our appetizer is going to be the Jamaican callaloo. But it's to tell you what a callaloo is. It's more between a spinach, if you, it's like a spinach, but it's not a spinach. So,
mhm.
but callaloo is what we traditionally have on a Sunday morning for breakfast. So we're going to use the callaloo to make an appetizer to introduce the culture.
Oh, okay. So when we come in, we'll start with an appetizer for the callaloo, which is a spinach-like dish, and then for the entree, we'll move on to the
We'll move
oxtail with the
the
rice and
rice.
beans.
We'll move on to the oxtail with the rice and beans, and then
Okay.
we'll move on to our dessert, which is a potato pudding, but it's not potato as you know it as your potato pudding. It's a different potato pudding. It's like it's 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 what we call ground food, and then it's cassava, it's yam, it's it's potato, it's all that stuff come together to make a pastry. Like I said, on
Ooh.
Sunday, we go all out. We make everything from scratch. So all of that stuff is going to come together to make a nice pastry dessert.
Wow, that sounds amazing. I should have done this pod. I should have eaten dinner before I did this podcast because my mouth is watering right now. But that sounds amazing, everyone. You need to be there at Irie Ting not cafe, Irie Ting Jamaican Grill this Sunday. You the details will be in the description below. Please sign up and come to this Sunday dinner. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be authentic, and it's going to be everything that Culture Encounters really strives for. And we're really appreciative of our partnership here with Patricia and the Irie Ting Jamaican Grill for bringing us in and allowing us to experience their culture. And we are looking forward to seeing you there. So this has been great. Thank you so much, Patricia, for your time, and we look forward to seeing you all at our meeting this Sunday.
Okay, thanks for having me. And as we say in Jamaica, no say nothing.